Chapter 4, Section 6.4, Part 1. The owner of a hotel has 60 rooms to rent. She finds that if she charges $20 per room per night, all the rooms will be rented. For every $2 that she increases the price of a room, 3 rooms will stand vacant. So you're given this table, and the easiest thing to do is to fill out the table, and then I'll show you how to come up with the equations that we need to come up with. The price of rooms increased by 2. So 2 rooms, and that'd be 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. So 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Number of price increases. Now, for every one that's $2, it goes down by 3 rooms. So 57 minus 3 is 54. 54 minus 3 is 51. 51 minus 3 is 48. 48 is 45, and then 42. Now, here's what we've got to do. In order to get total revenue, it's this one times that one equals total revenue, right? The price of room times the number of rooms rented. So we can look at it as 24 times 54 would be 1296. 26 times 51 would be 13. 26, 28 times 48 is 1344, and you kind of get what we're doing here, okay? Now, so let's kind of come up with an equation. So price of the room. Okay, so we're looking at these, and at 0 price increase is $20, right? And they can rent all 60 rooms. So $20 at 0 price increase. For every room that's rented, or for every price increase of $2, the number of rooms go down by 3. So if we're just concentrating on this side and kind of looking at it, it's 20 plus 2 times X, right? And then number of rooms rented, that would be looking at this. This would be, okay, your beginning amount. So on this one, the beginning amount was 20. 20 plus 2 times, here's your X's, right? So this one would be 60 minus 3X, okay? And then these two multiplied together would give you total revenue. So let's come over to the next side. Okay, so the price would be 20 plus 2X. Number of rooms would be 60 minus 3X for the total revenue of 20 plus 2X times 60 minus 3X, right? So that's really what we're given. Okay, so that's the quadratic. Total revenue would be these two multiplied together, which would give us a quadratic. So there are 2 linear things being multiplied to give us the quadratic, is what you got to really kind of keep in mind. Use your calculator to make a table. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to do 20 plus 2X, and then we'll do 60 minus 3X, and then what we'll do is in the third column, we'll just do them all together, right? The total revenue, 20 plus 2X times 60 minus 3X. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to a table. So second window, we're going to start at 0. We're going to step it by 1. So let's look at it from a table standpoint. Did I do something? Oh, this should be 60 minus 3X there. Okay, So if you look at it, this should coincide with what you have on your chart over here. Okay, so you could double check your chart. Now use your table to find X that causes total revenue to be 0. Total revenue is over here in Y3. That's these two multiplied, right? So let's see if we can't figure out. Well, it would be 20. X would need to be 20 increases, right? 20 price increases to give a revenue of 0. So that would be 20. Use your graphing unit to graph. Okay, what is the lowest price to charge if it's $12.96 per night? Okay. All right. So what we need to do is there's two things that are I guess I need to go $12.96, I think. Go back here. Yeah, $12.96. And let me see here. EF. And I need to grab, I want to go here. I want to grab that real quick, and I want to go here. Okay. Oh, shoot. And I just want to move this down to there. Okay, that way we can finish it. So it says, what is lowest price the owner can charge for a room if she wants her revenue to exceed $12.96? And what's the highest price? So $12.96. What we want to do on a calculator is we can go ahead and basically after we answer it, we can clear the top two out. So we're just going to do, and then we'll graph. So right up here is where we're looking at. So what we're going to do is we're going to find those two spots. So we'll go second, trace, and we'll go 5, intersect, and let's see. There we go. Find my cursor. We're just going to find those two spots and go enter, 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 and that's at 2. So the lowest price would be an X of 2, and that would be, so price would be 20 plus 2 times X, so 20 plus 2 times 2, so that'd be 24. So the lowest price that she could charge would be 24 and still make a revenue of $12.96. Or we could go back over here and we can go second, trace. See, it touches it in 2 places. So we go over here and then enter, 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 and 8. So that'd be 20 plus 2 times 8. So that's 20 plus 16, which is 36. So the highest price that she could charge and still obtain a revenue of $12.96 is $36. And then the last question is, what is the maximum revenue that the owner can earn in one night? So because we want to know what's my price got to be in order for me to maximize my my revenue. So here we go. We're wanting to find the maximum. So I want to come back in here and kind of turn this off there. And we're just going to hit graph. And we're going to go second, trace. It's 4 because it's opening up. Yeah, I got to go back the other way. So my Y's, they're negative, but they're For some reason my cursor wanted to be way down there. All right, so enter, 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 and it's 5. Now, my x is 5. That's what you got to understand is my x is 5. So that's 20 plus 2 times 5, right? So it's 20 plus 10, which is 30. So the maximum that revenue that owner can earn in one night is blank. How much should she charge a room to? So $30. How many rooms would be rented? So 60 minus 3 times 5 would be 60 minus 15, which is 45 rooms. Now, how much did she make? $13.50. $13.50. Okay, so we needed the X, and here's the Y. The Y is the maximum revenue. X allows me to plug them back in to find what our price for or how many rooms would be rented and at what price. Okay, so that's a kind of doozy, but it's not bad. Once you work it, you'll be okay. All right, so this one, a farmer plans to fence a rectangular grazing area along a river with 300 yards of fencing. So everything that we have here is just 300 yards. So we have a width and a length, right? So we have 2W plus L equals to 300. That would be our perimeter, right? If we looked at this, we're gonna put a fence there, right? So 2 W's and an L. Now, so writing expression for the area. Okay, well, area is length times width. Okay, so we've got width, but we don't have L. So if I take and minus 2W, I get L is equal to 300 minus 2W. So area, right here, the area would be 300 minus 2W times W. So that's what the area, the expression that would be for the area. Okay, so you could have done W times 300 minus 2W. That's fine. Either way is fine on that. Now, the largest area is blank square yards. So what we've got to understand is we've got to put this in our calculators. So let's go to our calculators here. Clear. Okay. All right, so we've got 300 minus 2x times x. Okay, and we're just going to hit graph. Okay, so I need to open up my windows. It's 300. Let's go 200. All right, so I went out 200. Now let's go zoom fit. All right, so we want to find, let's go back and look at the question. What is the largest area the farmer could enclose? So we need the output. So we need to look at the maximum, right? We need to look at the maximum, the Y value, because the X would be for dimensions, right? So second trace 4. We'll move this baby on over. There you go, like that. And then that. Okay, so 75 would be what the X is, but 11,250 would be the area. Square yards. So 11,250. 75. So the width would be 75, so that would be 75, and that would be 75, and this would be 150. So that's what it would take. If you're looking at dimension, it didn't say look at dimension, it just said what is the area. So basically 75 times 150, which would give me, if you do the multiplication on that, 75 times 150, it's 1,250, which would be the area. Okay, but that's kind of how that one works. Now, let's look at this one. And this is a third word problem in this particular section. And these are some doozies, but they're not bad once you wrap your head around them and kind of understand them. Travel agent offers a group rate of $2,800 per person for a week in London if 16 people sign up for the tour. 16 people sign up, $2,800 per person. For each additional person who signs up, the price per person is reduced by $100. So let X represent the number of additional people who sign up. Write an expression for the total number of people signed up, the price per person, and total revenue. All right, so this is kind of like the room problem, okay? So the total number of people, we have 16 people, plus X would be additional people who signed up, right? Nobody signed up, 16 people would go, because 16 plus 0 is 16, right? Now, price per person, $2,800 minus 100 times X. For every person that signs up, there's $100 off of that. So if nobody signs up and it's just the 16 people, zeros go in for the X's for both equations, and you get 16 at $2,800, which is what you initially started with. Now, total revenue would be this. It'd be these two multiplied. That would be what total revenue. Now, how many additional people must sign up for the tour in order for the travel agent to maximize her revenue? Okay, so all we got to do is type the green equation in. So if I go y equals, that's clear, 16 plus x, close parentheses, 2,800. 2,800 minus 100x. All right, so we're just going to look at my window. I think that's plenty. There we go. Just wanted to make sure. Now if I hit zoom 0, yeah, I see it right there. So now that I've got zoom 0, I can lower my Y limit. It's 48,399. We're going to say 50,000. And then I'm going to lower this to 5,000. That's a negative 5,000. Okay, I'll just do this as 2,500. All right. I definitely want to do this as negative 50 and then 50 there. Let's just kind of see what we got. All right, okay, that's better. So let's find the max. Second trace 4. And the reason why I'm finding the max is it's opening downward, right? So as my left bound, I go over here and I'll find my right bound, and then I hit enter. And 6 additional people. So 6 additional people, and that would give me a 48,400 revenue. Okay. So, yep, X is 6. All right. Yep. And that would maximize. They didn't wanted to know what was her maximum revenue. They could have asked that. That would be had been the 48,400. They just wanted to know how many people additional, and that was the X, right? Now, that concludes 6.4's section, part 1 video.